Are you a woman that does everything for everybody else, but maybe you sometimes forget yourself? Are you taking the kids here and there and doing all the things only to find yourself exhausted at the end of the day? I'm Ralph Ann Forrest, a confidence coach, and I help women show up in their business with a brand image that radiates from the inside out. For 30 years, I've helped women show up in their business feeling and looking amazing, feeling empowered, feeling confident. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about priorities. And we hear a lot about self care and, you know, we women taking the time out, or, men too. But I speak to women, so I'm speaking to you and speaking to myself. But taking the time out to deep dive into what self care really means takes a little bit of a thought process. And, my daughter and I were having this conversation not long ago, and this was about, kind of throwing shade, a little bit of judgment at people who spend a little more money on, self care, whether it be a service or, a product that you're going to use for yourself. And I want you to think about this for a minute. How much do you put aside, budget, or allow yourself to spend this time or money on yourself? Um, and the conversation came up because, my daughter likes to go big. She spends money, on her hair and her nails and all the things. She's, a young woman. She works very hard. She's 24 years old, like actually almost 25 years old. But, I respect that. And I respect it because at a very young age, myself, actually, soon after she was born, I decided to set up what I called my beauty budget. Now, granted, taking you back, this is about nearly 25 years ago before self care became a thing. And this beauty budget, I realized, was something that I needed just for me. It was going to be spent for me. It wasn't really about experiences back then as much as I love experiences now. Having a small, a young child, it just wasn't always easy for me to get out. But what I could do was, and my budget was $200, and no shade, whatever resonates with you is where I'm going with this. So $200 a month I set aside to do something special for me, and I remember back then budgeting in $200 a month was a big deal. It's actually still a big deal. I've, gotten away from it and come back. But anyway, I digress. So $200 a month to treat myself to maybe like a mani pedi. When I could get a babysitter, I would, take myself out to lunch and maybe even a movie. And I've always been okay with doing things by myself because it actually gave me time to clear my head. But anyway, all that to say, what are you spending your money on that has to do with your self care or your personal development? Whether it's a book or, just something that's just for you. I want you to kind of really, really take time to think about it. And it doesn't have to be, $200. It doesn't have to be $100. It doesn't even have to be $50. It should be whatever you're comfortable with setting aside. The point of it is just making sure that you set this money aside, this budget that's going to help you, you know, be your best version. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with the lipstick effect, but the lipstick effect, basically, to kind of, paraphrase it a little bit, is a proven fact that people will continue to spend, women in particular, have continued to spend money on small luxuries. Small luxuries, during the time of crisis, economic crisis, global pandemic, we're all just kind of trying to, figure out what to do, post pandemic, or, some of you are still kind of dealing with the effects of COVID. But when there's an economic crisis or there's something major going on, that small luxuries have proven to still be a priority in someone's life. And that could be as small as like a designer lipstick, a higher end brand of lip color. And if you think about that lip color costing maybe like $20 to $25, in the grand scheme of things, is not a ton of money. But it kind of puts you in a place of, it puts you in a warm and fuzzy place. It kind of puts you in your bliss. And I know this for a fact because I've always loved Chanel fragrances. And even if I just get the small bottle of Chanel fragrances, like, $100 or just under, it puts me in this place of bliss. It's so awesome. I'll shower and spray Chanel fragrance on sometimes just to go to the grocery store because it just puts me in a special place. It reminds me that, that things are possible, that all things are possible. And it makes you feel special. And that's what you really should and could do to put yourself in a happy place. A lot of times, I know it's kind of cliche, we say, put yourself in your happy place. I'm going to put myself in my happy place. But taking time out and money out for yourself and spending it on yourself, that puts you in your happy place. And whether that's a $25, higher end lip color, $100 fragrance, $100 massage, or even just a walk on the beach and treating yourself to lunch, definitely, definitely, definitely put time and money aside. Start a beauty budget. Whatever that means for you, whatever you can put aside, definitely, definitely, definitely just do that for yourself. You deserve that. We all deserve that. If you'd like to know more about how I'm able to take women and then transform you into being the total package that starts from the inside out, I challenge you to join me for my Total Transformation Package strategy session. This is a 60-minute strategy session where I'm just going to get to know you a little bit better, learn more about you and what makes you thrive, the things you're passionate about. We start in the beginning with mindset, and then onto wellness, and then onto skincare, and then finally we wrap it up with makeup. And it's just a fun way to get to know yourself. It's a fun way to explore you and all the things, like I said, that make you thrive. So if you are interested in joining me in my total transformation makeover, I'm so excited I get tongue-tied. But yes, just simply click the link in the show notes. Again, just click the link, and here's to you becoming the best version of you.